Hi, everybody. I'm back to talk about stopping Trump's civil war, and Putin's World War III, and how we need to stop Trump's civil war and Putin's World War III. Pretty simple recipe for doing it. Just talk about stuff, get it figured out. I came up with a couple of good ideas the last time I was live. One of them was just the question to ask people: has any other leader before Trump tried to start a civil war in their own country? Like, is that a Trump development? When the leaders, I mean, I know there's been other civil wars, but aren't they usually started by people? So has there ever been a civil war where the leader tried to start the civil war like Trump is doing? Or is that a new thing? Um, you think of any other examples where the leader, the person who's currently in power, tries to start the civil war? And why would somebody who's in control of the country try to start a civil war in the country? Like, what's the goal of that? Hi, TW. How are you? It's going to be one of you Nazis again. I guess I'm just going to have to go ahead and block you. I don't know why Nazis have to be the first person in my channel in the first minute is a Nazi. Type in a racial slur in the comments. The very first person is a Trump Putin Nazi. Anyway, Net and YouTube, be ashamed of yourself. Like, one of these days you'll be a decent platform, maybe. Right now, you're Nazi as fuck. And that's a problem. I had to time out old TW. Let's get TW's channel activity. TW joined 9 years ago, has 7 subscribers. Let's type in one letter at a time, capital letters, racial slurs, N-word, hard R, however people want to say it. Anyway, Trump Putiners, racist pieces of trash. And we all know it. They're in control right now, and the media's sucking up to them, which, like, it's weird. It's like a bad addictive drug or something when they're like, oh, let's get a hit of that Trump. Let's be on Trump's team. It's like political crack, you know. It's like, or you get some type of buzz for, a day or a week or a month or something by being on Trump's team, and then you're hated and should be like replaced for the rest of your life because you're on Trump's team. Like, how is that worth it? There's not going to be an excuse. It's not going to be like, oh, we were just going along with it, with what everyone else said, because everyone else was on Trump's team. Everyone else was repeating the Trump lies. Like, he's trying to start a civil war. Maybe he'll get away with it. Maybe he'll get away with starting the civil war and then lose it. Maybe he won't get away with starting the civil war. But anybody who helps him should always be seen as the people who are trying to start a civil war for Trump and Putin. And Putin's trying to start his World War III too. You guys are helping with that. It's really pathetic. And it's not that hard to just talk about it and show how bad you guys are. And I think talking about it should be enough for the people who are against you guys to stop you. Like, just talking about it. You guys got whole ass wars planned. You got Civil War II for America and World War III for the for the world. All planned out. And we can stop that with talking. Which is why Net and YouTube only puts Nazis and pedophiles in my chat. But whatever. Like, some of you guys could actually even wake up and come around and be Americans again. Or, be the ones to talk to change the course of the world. But anyway, if not you, somebody can see this in the future when these lives post on YouTube. That's probably one reason, and because I wasn't really going to go live tonight, I just figured I'd go live for 10 minutes or so. Because I was probably going to go to sleep after that. But, if YouTube can't find if Net and YouTube can't find any decent people for my lives when I'm doing them live, then maybe they can find them for, in the future. People can watch these in the future. Anyway, so the key to stopping Trump and Putin is almost most importantly, to call them Trump and Putin. To realize that Trump is on Team Putin. And it's just, it seems like, you're talking to a baby or something, like, you know, just the most basic stuff in the world. But nobody's talking. All these adults running around America. Bless you too. Bless you, Serpa, Mitten in America, or wherever you are. It's like talking to these babies saying Trump is working with Putin. Like nobody's acting or talking or treating it like Trump is Putin's slave. That's kind of all you need to do. Yeah, it's important that he's a pedophile. It's important that he's a Nazi. It's important that he's a terrorist. All those things are important, but nobody cares about that. I mean, they don't care about him being Putin's slave either. His supporters don't care about him being Putin's slave. They don't care about him being a pedophile and a Nazi. Why would they care about him being Putin's slave? They don't care about him killing Charlie Kirk. They don't care about anything. They don't really matter. That's not. I mean, it would be great to talk some of them into not being like that or whatever. They could get all over the news shows being, I used to be a Trump Putineer, MAGA traitor, and now I've seen the light or whatever. But I mean, they won't get on the news shows right now. But once Trump is gone, in the post-Trump world, they'll be able to get all over the news shows for having seen the light before we even got rid of Trump. I mean, everybody will see the light once we get rid of Trump. But if you help do it because you see the light, then you'll be a hero. And while it's key to call him out for being a Nazi, they're not listening to that. It's key to call him out for being a pedophile. They're not listening to that. They're not listening to all the evidence that he's providing about what a pedophile is. They don't care about that. They don't care about kids. They don't care about the victims of fascism. They don't care about any of that stuff. Pointing out that he's a slave of Putin doesn't really stop them either. But if enough of us talk about it, and if we just see it that way and frame it that way, then everybody's going to see it that way. Everybody's going to talk about it that way. And nobody's going to waste all this time acting like they expect anything different from him. Like this whole World War III is going to be, EU and Poland and the people of America versus Trump and Putin and America and Russia. Yeah, God bless America. Was there another comment that popped up? That was just Sherpa mentioned and said, yes, God bless in America. Or as I would say, Goddess bless America and the rest of the world. America not any more than the rest of the world, other than we need it more than the rest of the world in some ways. But we also just need to correct things. It's not like we need somebody to help us out. Anybody helping us out would be fine and welcome. But we need to correct things. We need to correct our own mistakes. Trump is the biggest mistake ever. I don't know. There's wrong things we've done in the past, like slavery and, concentration camps, like internment camps before. Concentration camps more now, but I guess they were concentration camps back then too. We've done these terrible things in the past, but choosing to do them again after all the shame of realizing that they were mistakes, that's worse than doing them the first time. Not that people didn't know better the first time, they kind of did, but we've had all this time of most of us talking about how bad that was. And of course, Trump Putineers, these MAGA traitors, have been, pining for it and wishing for their glory days or wanting the South to rise again or something like that. But it makes me wonder, has any leader ever started a civil war in their own country before? I can't think of one. And here's Trump trying to do it here. He's telling his side that they can win. They can't win. He's telling his side they can win and make the country more white. The country's going to be less white, and they're going to lose the second Civil War just like they lost the first Civil War. But that's not even really why he's doing it. He might be doing it for that reason. He might really be so committed to white supremacy that he really just wants to kill non-white people in America. And that's kind of his whole goal. It's hard to guess if Trump is smart enough to see that Putin's goal is to destroy America. Putin may have been telling him, it's kind of the same as Putin's been telling Netanyahu. Putin's been telling Netanyahu, hey, I'll help you kill all these people that you don't like in your country, and then you'll have more of the country. And he's been telling Trump too, hey, I'll help you kill all these people in your country, and then you'll have more of the country. It's not true. They're going to end up with no country. They're going to end up with less of the country and less of them. So America will become less white if you have a Civil War II here. But we really don't even need that. We can just have less bad white people, and we won't even need a Civil War II here. Trump's trying to start one anyway. We can just like not let him start it by like not taking the bait. We can not let him start it by calling him out and removing him in any number of many different ways. You can use the hashtag grab him by the posse if you want, which I spelled GRABEMBYPOSSE. You can use the hashtag Pillow Revolution. You can use the hashtag Peace Pipe Party. That guy has appeared in chat. You can use the hashtag Church of Judas to replace all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism. You're wrong about Jesus, that guy. You want to go there? Trump is the Antichrist. I'll say it in one of the clearest, simplest ways I can say it. We don't blame Jesus for Hitler. We don't blame Putin for Hitler. I mean, we don't blame Jesus for Putin. We don't blame Jesus for Trump. But you can blame Christianity for Hitler. You can blame Christianity for Putin. You can blame Christianity for Trump. You see how this works? Got rid of 11 people in the live with that little brain teaser. So I'm not wrong about Trump. You're wrong about Trump. If you think he's good, you're wrong about Trump, and you're a victim. And I can help you with that. Have you already left that guy? I'm in the mood to help one of you. Let's look at what pedophile, Nazi, terrorist, that guy has done on YouTube. He's been here for 10 years. He has 2 subscribers. He's got a mustache and a cowboy hat in his picture. Looks like it might even really be him. It's interesting. That guy, you still here? Okay, probably not. It's probably not really him. He's probably not still here. Which is fine. Won't be missed. No loss. Trump Putineers will never be missed. It's actually going to be a celebration every time a Trump Putineer converts back into a human. Every time a Trump Putineer converts back into an American or whatever country they're from. Every time a Trump Putineer stops being a Trump Putineer. No matter how they do it, is a cause to celebrate. Okay? One less Trump Putineer or one ex-Trump Putineer, ex-MAGA, is better. Okay? One former MAGA, ex-MAGA, MAGA who's no longer with us. Any of those things are better than a MAGA who is with us, or a MAGA who's not former, or a MAGA who's not ex. Okay? So we can like turn probably 22 MAGA Trump Putineers, because Net and YouTube only picks you guys from my lives. We can probably turn 22 MAGA Trump Putineers into something good and useful today. I mean, we're probably not going to, because Timothy just left when I said that. You got scared of becoming something good and useful. But I'll change you up real quick. I can fix you up. I can remove that Trumpism from you. See what the message held for review is. It's Shadow Silverhand. I think that's a new challenger. I don't know if I've seen Shadow Silverhand before. Joined 13 years ago. Has 17 subscribers. That's almost 1 subscriber a year. I mean, should I make fun of you? Should I read your comments? Should I make fun of you? Shadow Silverhand, who's been on YouTube for, once again, 13 years. You've had a YouTube account for 13 years, putting you at what? A grizzly old 26 or something? You started your YouTube account when you were 10, so you're like 23 now? You're a geezer of 23? Shadow Silverhand says, shut your old ass up, as if I'm older than you. Your bitches are cooked. He's trying to talk like a young person. You bitches are cooked. Talking is over. You bitches get ready. You're never going to do anything. You'll never do anything. And the things you fantasize about doing are wrong and terrible, and you're a fucking idiot. What are you mad about? You're mad enough to go shoot somebody, right? Why are you so mad? Because somebody shot somebody? Do you realize who shot somebody? A Trumper? MAGA on MAGA crime? A Mormonic terrorist? A Mormonic a Mormon extremist? Mormonic extremist? Or Mormonic terrorist shot somebody? Your side. Somebody in the Nick Fuentes, Putin, Trump branch of your terrorist organization shot somebody in the Charlie Kirk, Putin, Trump branch of your terrorist organization. That's what you're mad about? You whiny little bitch? Shadow Silverhand says, remember what a curb tastes like? No. Like, why do you think you're threatening in a live YouTube thing? Like, have you been in live YouTube um, streams where your threats are effective? Have you gotten something? Have you silenced someone with your threats before, Shadow Silverhand? In the, what was it, 10 years you've been on YouTube? 13 years you've been on YouTube? 13 years. In 13 years with your 17 subscribers. I kind of feel, even though you came into my live trying to threaten me, I kind of feel sorry for you. Like, I kind of really feel really sorry for you. It's really pathetic that this is your life, that you're just like the guy who shot Charlie Kirk. You spent 10, 15, 13 years being a troll for the right. Dude, this is life. You could have a life. You could have like ice cream or some shit. You could have like a walk on a sunny day. And instead you chose being a goddamn basement dwelling Nazi, a pedophile. You chose being a pedophile. Let's see what your comment was. Oh, we got Patriot Grimm, Christo Grimm, some kind of Nazi pedophile named Patriot Grimm with a capital P, capital G, capital M. Christo Grimm, Kristo, Grimm, Grmm. He's a pedophile Nazi. He's got a skull with a American flag colored on it. Joined 7 years ago and has 79 subscribers. Wow, 79 subscribers. Wonder if you actually even post content, Patriot Grimm. Says, LOL, what pompous retard. What pompous retard. Not what a pompous retard like an American would write, but what pompous retard. I mean like an American Nazi pedophile would write. I don't mean a real American. I mean a Trump-ootoneer. Patriot Grimm, Chris Grimm says, you're the, spelled like a pirate, Y-E-R. I gotta show you guys the messages in case you want to watch this on the replay when you're hunting Nazis. Patriot Grimm says, oh, if you guys don't know, the 29 of you who just got here, if you haven't been here before, this is a portal for Nazi hunters to catch the people in comments. So if you want to get hunted down, because you have like a Running Man fantasy, you know, put your Nazi pedophile comments in the chat, see what happens. Patriot Grimm, Christo Grimm says, you're the Nazi retard, which they said in a pirate voice with like a Y-E-R for the you're. They said it like a pirate. Embers says, aren't you the guy to think that Charlie Shooter was, oh, you're on first name basis with Charlie Kirk. Being on a first, Embers is on, the pedophile Nazi Embers is on first name basis with Charlie Kirk. They joined 12 years ago. They have 9 subscribers. I used to know somebody who went by the name Embers that was like a decent person into magic and stuff. So it's funny to see a Nazi pedophile using the name Embers. But Ember says, aren't you the guy to think that Charlie Shooter was a groiper? Aren't you the guy to think? Again, what language, what non-English language has this syntax? Don't you guys love people pointing out who's non-English? Because isn't that what you groipers love? Is being super nationalist about stuff? But I'm just pointing out that you're non-English because for the people tracking you. For the people tracking you down in the countries that you live in. Because it doesn't matter what country you live in. You support Trump, you're a goddamn Nazi and a pedophile, and people should hunt you for the rest of your life until you change. You could change today. You could stop being a Trumper today. I can show you the path away. Ember says, aren't you the guy to think that Charlie Shooter was a groiper? Well, Charlie Shooter was a groiper. Don't know what you need. I mean, you just want somebody to confirm the lies you believe? Well, talk to them then. You shouldn't be in this live. This live will disturb the lies you believe. You probably believe in God. Your God is a dangerous lie. Jesus is from the goddess. You can look this up. Check out the Church of Judas. Jesus is from the goddess. Your God is a lie. Your God is a dangerous lie because look what he produces. Terrorists like you. Oh my gosh. Oh, QBXY says RIP Charlie Kirk. So they're a Nazi pedophile. Their channel activity is they joined 10 years ago and they have 115 subscribers. Torment-ridden says, I doubt you know what a Nazi is, so I know they're a Nazi and a pedophile. They joined 14 years ago. They have 6 subscribers. Jube E. Scorner, Joobebe. Oh, it's Jubebe Scorner. Says, y'all delusional. So that person seems like a Nazi. I mean, like a Klansman. Also a Nazi, but I mean, are they a Nazianist? Are they a Nazianist? Are they a Zionist? Are they a not Zionist? Are they a not Zionist? Jew BB Scorner. Are you a not Zionist? You joined 4 years ago. You got 2 subscribers. Let's see if anybody else has been bold enough to get knitted on the list. Embers is a Nazi pedophile for asking a single question. Yeah. In this life, besides, I'm a witch. I'm a psychic witch. Like, you guys aren't fooling anybody. You're fucking idiots. If you ask a question that reveals that you're a Trump-Boutoneer, if you ask a question that reveals that you're pretending to be neutral where Trump-Boutoneers are involved, you're a pedophile and a Nazi. Ember says, that's why Charlie Shooter was trans lefty, right? No, that's why you guys lie to say Charlie Shooter was a trans lefty. I got to show you your comments so that hopefully they'll appear in the replay so people can hunt you down like the Nazi you are. And see how that works? You get hunted by showing up in this live. It's what you deserve. Ian Stewart says he loves God. Your God is a dangerous lie. Your God is a dangerous lie. Jesus is from the goddess. If you think you believe in Jesus, you've probably been following the Antichrist, because Jesus is from the goddess. If your Jesus hasn't told you that he's from the goddess, not your lie of a God, then you got a fake Jesus too. You probably think Jesus is like Charlie Kirk. QBXY says LMAO. QBXY says Charlie supporters Israel. How would he be a Nazi? I think Charlie did support Israel, and he said that they offered to shoot him if he stopped supporting Israel, and I think, or if he was critical of Israel in any way, and I think they took that as criticism. You can look up Charlie Kirk's friends talking about how Israel was going to kill him. It's up to you. John Kaufman said, I don't care who killed Charlie Kirk, except for if they were Trump, if it was a Trump organized plot, a Trump Putin organized plot, which it kind of was, or the fact that Trump and Putin created the conditions by refusing to release the Epstein files that caused him to get shot. I care about that. Other than that, I don't care so much. Or Israel, yeah, if Israel did it, I care about that. If anybody else did it, I don't really care that much. I hope they get away. Charlie supports Israel. How would he be a Nazi? Yeah, he did support. Well, he doesn't support Israel now. He's dead. He's deader than fuck. So what does it get you to support Israel? You guys support Israel, right? All you guys? But drop a blue heart in the chat for supporting Israel. Right? Drop your blue hearts in the chat. Drop your blue hearts in the chat. It's the closest thing to a heart you got if you support Israel. Drop your blue hearts in the chat if you support Israel. By the way, I'm extracting all the curses from you. You're welcome. And I'm cursing Netanyahu with them. I'm extracting all the curses from all you Nazi pedophiles in chat, and I'm cursing Putin with them. And I'm extracting all the curses from you Nazi pedophiles in chat, and I'm cursing Trump with them. You're welcome. Lord Stormwalker said, good morning. Good morning, Lord Stormwalker. You have an interesting name. I really hope you're as cool as your name is, because you seem like you could be a cool person, since you just said good morning instead of getting all offended at somebody who doesn't like Nazis and pedophiles. That's a good sign. Because these people who get all offended that somebody doesn't like Nazis and pedophiles sure are coming across like Nazis and pedophiles. John Kaufman says, dude, look in the mirror before you talk shit on others. Okay, you sound like a Nazi and a pedophile. All I'm talking about is how bad Nazis and pedophiles are. You got mad. Sound like a Nazi and pedophile. John Kaufman, John, space capital Kauffman. Let's get your channel activity for the Nazi hunters. Joined 7 years ago. You got 1 subscriber. A lesson to the 61 of you in here who haven't said shit yet. Don't say shit unless you want to get hunted down for being a goddamn Nazi. Or you can say something American that's anti-Trump. It's up to you. I'm cool with that. The second one, if you say something American that's anti-Trump, I'm cool with it. But there's 77 of you in here, so I'll let you all know right now. They caught Israel's head of cybersecurity in a pedophile sting in Las Vegas a couple weeks ago, and then they let him go. So people who started off the morning as people catching pedophiles turned into pedophiles by catching that pedophile and then letting him go. Now that you all have heard that, 77 people, you can either tell other people about it or you're a pedophile too. See how that works? We couldn't do that with Trump, even though it works for Trump too. If you protect Trump, you're a pedophile. Okay? If you support Trump, you're a pedophile. It works for Trump too. But you can't do it with Trump because half of you are so fucking Klan, you can't do it. But if you're Klan enough that you hate the head of Israel cybersecurity, then you might be able to do it with him. Let's see. Reaper, 2I, Reaper something, Reaper 2 something says, oh, he's a Nazi. Damn it. Reaper is a Nazi and a pedophile. Reaper joined 4 years ago, has 0 subscribers, and they're another Nazi and a pedophile. If any of you are Nazi hunters, you got a lot of them here. I got you a lot of business. Got you guys a lot of work. Reaper 2I says, this dude calling everybody Nazis and pedos with no evidence as well. I just proved how you're a Nazi and a pedophile. I just told 89 of you now. Okay, 23 of you left. But I just told 89 of you that they caught Israel's head of cybersecurity in a pedo sting and let him go. You're going to let him go too, which means you're a pedophile. I'm not letting him go. I'm telling you about it. Not a pedophile over here. You guys are pedophiles. Gotcha. QBXY says LMAO. Oh my gosh, why do you people write so many goddamn comments? Stop your comments. You don't get to comment. If you're a troll, I'm gonna start. I mean, if you're a Trumper, I'm gonna start muting you guys. I don't have time for you Nazis. Okay. I'm gonna read through all your goddamn comments and I'm gonna mute you. Okay. Go ahead and try hunting me down. I don't hunt you down, Embers. I've done my part. I caught you right here. You're making it easier on the hunters the more you say. Keep talking for the hunters. I don't want to read all your comments, but I realize that you can get all your comments on the chat replay, so I don't have to read your comments. But I'm going to do it anyway because it's fun. Because it's fun to make fun of you. QBXY says LMAO. LC, the gambling fame, says seek God and learn to love yourself and you will love the world again. I love the world, but thank you. That's fine advice. I would say the goddess. I would say seek the goddess and learn to love yourself and you will love the world again. That's very good advice. I would say self-esteem is something we should all have. Have more self-esteem. If you have more self-esteem, you're not likely to think of yourself so lowly that you're going to end your life by going out to kill somebody or something like stupid Nick Fuentes, Charlie Kirk followers do. I think Charlie Kirk follower was the one who shot up our school here in Colorado while a Nick Fuentes follower was shooting up Charlie Kirk. So, how you like them apples, you dipshits? Cubixy says, guy is just a pawn. Guy is just a pawn. Somebody who's trolling for Trump and Putin and Nick Fuentes and Charlie Kirk, trolling for the guy that killed the other guy. You're trolling for both of them. Calls me a pawn. Hey, at least I'm on the board, bitch. Reaper 2 says, mental health is lacking with this one. I sense your lack of faith disturbing. John Oren. I want to talk to like good people in here. I'm not going to talk to you Nazis anymore. John Oren says you're a sick man. Let's get John Oren's channel activity for the Nazi hunters. Joined 13 years ago. Has 1 subscriber. Jonathan Oren, like, dude, you're way out of your league here. Just, please don't say anymore. Thomas Silver says, here we go, another lunatic lefty. Thomas Sawyer is a Nazi pedophile. His channel activity joined 4 years ago, no subscribers. Amber says, go ahead, try hunting him down. I'm not a hunter. I just knit you guys' names on the list. Gene Bao, BBA, says, have you seen the CGI of him in a Trump shirt and a MAGA hat? It was taken from him wearing the same t-shirt, but switched around using computer graphics. Who do you think did that? I don't know. People can use computers. Who knows how to use Photoshop on the internet these days? I don't know. Everybody, like lots of people, like 4 out of 5 generations. Just for game says goddess, says the heretic. Why did you spell that like that? Goddes? Yeah, goddess. The goddess will save you. I bet one of these 92, now there's 92 people in here, the goddess will save you. Okay, 92 people. Can one of you 92 people tell me anybody before Trump who tried to start a civil war with his own country? Any ruler who tried to start a civil war while they're the ruler of the country? Who does that? Has anybody ever done that before Trump? Like, and is Trump going to start a civil war? No, I think we should stop him. I think we should stop Trump from starting his civil war, and we should stop dumbass Putin from starting his World War III. Ember says, what's the address, buddy? And I'll show you what real hunting looks like. No, you won't. You're never going to do anything. You're trolling my live on the internet. My live, I'm the most suppressed channel on YouTube. All I get is Nazi pedophiles in my chat and one or two decent people who probably get sick of hearing me rant at the Nazi pedophiles. You ain't doing shit. This is the most significant action your life has ever had. Until I did this, I'm extracting the curses from all the Nazi pedophiles in chat, and I'm cursing Trump with them. Last time we did this, look what happened to your frickin' savior. I'm extracting the curses from all the Nazi pedophiles in chat, and I'm cursing Putin with them. And I'm extracting the curses from all the Nazi pedophiles in chat, and I'm cursing the fuck out of Netanyahu with them. We started doing this, and the head of Israel cybersecurity got busted in a pedophile sting. They let him go, and 105 of you just heard that, and 10 of you rushed away when you heard it. But the truth is, you're either going to let him go too, which makes you a pedophile and a Nazi, or you're going to say something about it. You're going to do something about it. You're going to ask, hey, why didn't you guys keep that guy when you arrested him in a pedophile sting? When he tried to proposition who he thought was a 15-year-old, and they turned out to be a cop, why didn't you arrest him? Wait, if you let him go, if you enabled a pedophile after catching that pedophile, doesn't that make you a pedophile? SWAT team of pedophile chasers? And hey, 95 people in the live, or 63 bots and 32 Nazis. If you guys just learned today that they caught the head of Israel's cybersecurity in a pedophile sting, and you let him go, you don't tell anybody about that, you don't leave a comment about it or post some content about it or something, then you're a pedophile. All you got to do is leave a comment about it or post some content about it, and it shows that you're against pedophiles. Y'all won't do that shit. Y'all are pedophiles. Okay, Tropalium or something. I gotta check to see if these Nazis are doxing me in the fucking comments yet. Where are they? Y'all can stop writing all these comments. Seriously, I'm probably not gonna read them. I mean, I would like to read them because I like to read people's comments just because it's funny. But damn, y'all put in a lot of comments. Who's gonna read all these comments? Maybe you Nazi hunters in the future. Sorry, Nazi hunters. I guess I better view the messages and let them be shown from all these Nazi pedophiles. Let's see what they have to say. 70 Nazi pedophiles in my live this time. This is a Nazi hunter's dream. If we could I mean, I guess the Nazi hunters aren't going to comment. So if 14 of you or 45 of you are Nazi hunters, thank you. You guys are awesome. You guys are the best. Threaten you like that. You're the only one providing more information for the Nazi hunters to hunt you down. Okay. We're back to where we were. Goddess says the heretic. No, goddess is true. Your God is a dangerous lie. Look where it got you. It got you Putin. It got you Trump. It got you Hitler. Ember says, what's the address, buddy? I'll show you what real hunting looks like. No, you won't. Tropadium says Charlie Shooter is probably not the guy they have. Okay, let's talk about that. Tropalium, I can't tell if you are an intelligent person or if you're trying to suggest that Charlie Shooter is like a trans person or something. Let's look at Tropalium's channel activity. 2 years ago, 2 subscribers. Tropalium, I will continue discussing with you if you have more to say, because I'm not sure. I still think that Trump could have killed him. Like, they've got this Dylan Robinson guy to take the fall, but Trump killed him with, who knows who. And I've got a lot of evidence for why Trump would have killed him. Ember says, you want to threaten me like that? Seriously? I don't recall threatening you. I told you that you're going to leave enough information here for Nazi hunters in the future to come get you. Sorry, stop being a Nazi pedophile is my best advice. You could join our side, the American side, and help hunt down your fellow Nazis and pedophiles like Tyler Robinson's roommates are doing. Reaper 2 says there's only one God and Jesus is the way. Jesus is the way to the goddess. The Antichrist is the way to your God. So stop following the Antichrist. Follow Jesus instead. Simple as that. Melody says Tim Dillon talked about this on his last podcast. Okay, Melody 808, please tell me more, because I don't know who Tim Dillon is. But if he talked about how Trump's trying to start a civil war in America and all these dipshits are falling for it, because they're idiots. If he's talking about how Trump's civil war is trying to distract from Putin starting World War III and trying to keep America out of Putin starting World War III, because they're both idiots. And we're going to win both of these wars. If they manage to start Civil War II in America, we're going to mop them up so fucking quick. It'll be like the 3 days war. You know, they're always bragging about Israel's 6 days war. We're going to have like a 3 days war. We're going to finish these motherfuckers off lickety split. And same with fucking Putin. Like, once Putin pops off at the wrong people, he's done. Winterwolf 200 says Jesus is from the goddess. Oh, he's quoting me. Where in the Bible does it say that he's from the goddess? It's from the Gospel of Judas. It was revealed in 2006. I wrote a book about it called The Book of Judas, or you can check out my content under the hashtag Church of Judas. Hashtag Church of Judas. Just go to some of my videos and go to a Church of Judas one and click the blue Church of Judas hashtag, or just type Church of Judas in your YouTube search and you'll see me talking a lot about it. Jonathan Oren says you look like you cook some meth, something about meth. Somebody's selling meth, because of course that's what Nazis do, is sell meth. Chris Frawley said, Winterwolf said, I'd like to know which Bible and verbs and proverbs. It's in the Gospel of Judas. Look up the Gospel of Judas. You can read it for yourself. It was revealed about 20 years ago in 2006. LC, the gambling fame, says God is good. Learn to love yourself and stop being so vile and vindictive. I'm only upset with Nazis and pedophiles. If you're protecting Nazis and pedophiles, fuck you, okay? Your God is obviously fake and evil because it's got you protecting Nazis and pedophiles. So fuck you, and your God is a piece of shit, okay? Jesus has nothing to do with you, LC, the gambling fame. Chris Foley says you need to be on that list. Corey Romriel says fuck no. Qbexy says I don't support Israel. Okay, Qbexy, we got a human in here. QBXY says they don't support Israel. All right. Thanks, QBXY. Do you know that's why they shot Charlie Kirk, though? You do realize that you might be getting yourself set up. No, I'm just kidding. Charlie Kirk has got himself shot that way. Thomas Salier says this guy lays in a fetal position while his woman gets nailed in front of him. Okay. Jonathan Oren says you're sick, but they spell it Y-O-U-R instead of with the apostrophe R-E. Then they just post a bunch of emojis. Chris Frawley posted the Israeli flag when I asked. Thank you for at least following directions, but you got to stop supporting Israel. Genocide is bad, okay? But I'm not a libtard, says Qbexy. Maybe you should try harder. Chris Frawley says, you're not a wizard. You can't do that. Oh, I can do a lot. Wait for it. Ember says, drop an address, pussy. You want to hurt me, then drop an address. I don't want to hurt you. I want you to stop being a Nazi pedophile. Does that hurt? Does it hurt you to stop being a Nazi pedophile? Just stop. Stop being a Nazi, Trump, Putin, terrorist, pedophile, traitor. Stop doing that. Qbixie says, I support America. If you support America, you got to criticize Trump. You can't have both. It's Trump or America. Trump's here to destroy America for Putin. Thomas Salier says, this guy's a transistor. He's a transistor. We like to call people transistors. A guy says, SYBAU. Shut your bitch ass up, I assume. But it didn't work. Jim K. Loss says, I'm glad I'm not a liberal. Well, we're not glad. We're really sad for you. Ember says, you threatened me and I said I was going to be hunted over a single question. Stop being a goddamn Nazi, okay? Do you realize that they hunt Nazis, like the German Nazis? They hunt them for the rest of their lives. I don't know why you want to be on that team. Do you support Bill Clinton? Why would I support Bill Clinton? Isn't he like a rapist and on the Epstein files? But you guys are going to pick Bill Clinton out of the Epstein files to be mad about. Not Trump. Not the rest of them. You're going to pick Bill Clinton out of the Epstein files to be mad about. I mean, I'm not supporting Bill Clinton. I'm just saying, the things you think bad about Bill Clinton also apply to Trump and worse. But whatever, you're going to be the way you are. Nazi pedo here. Tropalium says Nazi pedo here. This guy's pretty funny. So he's admitting to being a Nazi and a pedo. You guys are on his team. He's at least saying I'm funny, which I'm not taking as a compliment because he's a Nazi and a pedo. I'm not trying to entertain Nazis and pedos. But you guys should know that he at least admits he's a Nazi and a pedo. And you're on his same team. That makes you Nazis and pedos. If you're just too stupid to realize it, that's what I'm here for. Fill in the brain cells you're missing. Winterwolf says, motherfucker, you hadn't said shut about me, LMAO. I hadn't said shut about him. Never even said shut. So who's the Nazi? Most of the people in chat. We had up to 115 of them here. Ember says, where you live, bro. Winterwolf says shit. Okay, thank you for correcting that, Winterwolf. Shadow Typhoon says, what do you mean by hunted? Well, what do you think a Nazi hunter does? Have you ever heard of Nazi hunters before? What was your question, Cubixi? You said answer it, but I don't see a question. There was no question, sorry. Answer what? Oh, do I support Bill Clinton? Probably no. Why would I support Bill Clinton? Bill Clinton did the omnibus drug bill with Newt Gingrich. He's a fascist. But he's not a fascist because he's not as fascist as me. The reason why the Nick Fuentes guy shot Charlie Kirk, he's a fascist because he's a fascist. And guess what? Charlie Kirk is 5 or 10 times more fascist than Bill Clinton. And guess what? Nick Fuentes is like 0.3% more fascist than Charlie Kirk. LC says, praying you seek the help you need. Dude, your prayers don't work. Okay? If you realize your God is fake. LC, you belong to a fake God. I can prove that. GMCG, capital G, capital M, lowercase c, capital G. Says, I hate Trump and Israel, but not sure what the stream is accomplishing. Wow, I wish I'd seen that earlier when you maybe were actually here. You joined 14 years ago. Corey Romernell says nothing, I guess responding to that question. Jim K. Law says, yeah, I don't like pedophiles. But I got to ask, are you a liberal? I mean, you can ask it, I guess. Thomas Sellier says, all the talk of pedophiles, I'm starting to think you are one. You're starting to think that now? Most of your Nazi buddies started to think that immediately because they project, because they accuse others of their crimes, because that's what Nazis do. Winterwolf says, I'd love to see where he's getting his information. It's just the truth. A lot of it comes from Jesus, the stuff about Church of Judas. QBXY says, people can say they hate. I love things too. Like I love women and art and nature and humanity and all the things that are against Nazis. Have you ever partaken in meth? Partaken. You make it sound like it's your religious sacrament. DJ Take Two. DJ space capital Take, capital TWO, no space between Take Two. Joined 8 years ago. He's got 1 subscriber. You must be a terrible DJ. I thought DJs were popular. Shadow Typhoon says, I don't think this guy knows the definition of pedophile. Well, I know what Trump is. Jim K. Law says, now am I a pedophile if I just want the country to be great? If you're a make America great again, you're a pedophile. GMCG says you have to be trolling. No, you guys are pedophiles. Charlie Kirk got shot by Tyler Robinson, who's a groiper. There's no trans people involved, but you pedophiles keep blaming trans people to start some type of civil war or something. That's stupid. Embers is still on about drop an address. Corey Romano says, oh yeah, in Nevada, right? I don't know what happened in Nevada. LC says, God is good, seek help. LC, wrong channel, buddy. You're wasting your time. Your God is fake. Ember says, seriously, I'm allowing you to hunt me. Sure you did. QBXC, do you justify a man's death? What man? Jim K. Law says, what's your name? I go by Puffin. Trupadium says, trumpeter, swan song of this world. Trumpeter. Like Trump's going to end the world? I don't know what that means. Jim K says, what's your name? This is Anti-Trump Live. If you just came in here and you dropped some likes, this is Anti-Trump. I'm just reading these Trumpers' comments. Jonathan Owen says, where did they let you out of psych? Corey Romano says, Tuesday. When did they let you out of sight? Corey Romano says Tuesday. Ember says, I bet you're in Colorado. Jim K says, yeah, I would like to see someone try. S. Lane says, we lost a great man. Oh my gosh. S. Lane, I'm sorry. You joined 9 years ago. You got 3 subscribers. Winterwolf says, where's the goddess? In which Bible where it states the goddess? CMG says, no way, fellow Coloradan. Ember says, damn, 5 hours to the state. Now all I need is a town, bro. Oh my gosh, Embers is on his way. Embers is on his way to get self-defense. Jim K. Law says Jesus Christ is your only savior. Ember says you call me a Nazi over asking a single question. Did you ever say you're not a Nazi? Say you're not a Nazi in chat. I'll get to it. Say you're not a Nazi in chat. If you're not a Nazi, if you're not a pedophile, just say it in chat. We'll take you off the list. QBXY says bro won't listen but yaps. I'm reading every single fucking comment. And I'm responding to most of them. What are you talking about don't listen? Fuck you. You fucking Trump near Space Force in the streets, Flat Earth in the sheets. Jim K says, no, I think that's cab. So where's the proof? QBXC says, Hypocrisy Supremo. Jim K Law says the one that lost his job. S Lane says, are you gay or giving them a bad name for sure? If I was gay, I'd be giving them a bad name. But you're asking me if I'm gay. I'm not gay. But like, what the fuck? Like, you just do this. You just decide what people are so you can hate them. And then you're like, I'm trying to hate you, and I'm trying to hate you to a certain capacity. So if you're gay, I can hate you even more. Like, you're so weird. Fascist Nazis are such weird fuckers. Shane Wagner says, you suck wet farts from another man's cream pie. CMGCG says, you look like Trey Parker. Tropalium says Gog Magog. So you're like some like magic aware person? That reminds me, I'm going to extract all the curses from all the Trump, Putin, or pedophile Nazis in comments. I'm cursing Putin with them. Bro calls people pedos, you're an old man, bro. Like, go pursue that art degree. Winterwolf says, I can name a few. Or learn a spell. Pursue. Like the Pokemon. Or learn a spell. Pursue, Alan Roberts said. I think you might have been making a funny joke, but I'm not sure. Trump is not the con. S. Lane says Trump is not the con. You think Trump is not lying to you? Wow. Ember says, then why are you so afraid to drop an address? Embers, like, get the fuck over it, dude. Nobody wants to date you. You joined 12 years ago. You have 9 subscribers. We are not going out. Lord Stormwalker says, a colossal amount of MAGA outing themselves here. Thank you, Lord Stormwalker. I'm glad you're still here. Because, yeah, I mean, if we ever AI track who Net and YouTube puts in these lives, you got a hell of a list. Jim K. Law said, I would say bye-bye. That's why I do it, Stormwalker. I would much rather talk to you or any American or any human. But instead I get these fucking Nazi Trump-Putineers. They're all pieces of shit. They're not really that much fun to talk to, but I feel like once they show up here, I might as well read their comments and make them make more comments so they're easier to hunt. For the Nazi hunters, Jim K. Law says, I would say bye-bye. Gravity Rising, spelled with a Z, no space, says, not really on the board with 0 likes, bud. Well, you got on the board, Gravity Rising, trying to talk shit, joined 11 years ago, got no subscribers, and look at you. That looks like it might be a real face. That's disgusting. Alan Roberts says, why are you projecting? You must be talking to your fellow. Jim K. Loss retracted a message, probably wise there, Jim K. Loss, before I got to it. Jonathan Oren says, how much do you collect in disability? Because if you remember, Nazis didn't just put Jews in concentration camps. Nazis put people on disability in concentration camps. That's one of their focuses. And gay people. Nazis really want to put gay people and people with disabilities and Jewish people in concentration camps. They kind of have an open air one, and on which they've experimented and showed that their previous victims can also commit genocide. Cubexy says, justify Charlie Kirk's death, you crazy old man. What's the problem? Look, I'll show some empathy right now. I will generously comfort his widow. BML says, idiot. Firefox Net retracted his message. Ember says, I'm not going to do anything. Then why aren't you saying anything about where you live? You live in Colorado, bro. I know that much. Wow, you're a super fucking sleuth. You're such a researchy terrorist. Like, I get you guys to dox yourselves in my live just by talking to you. And you're sitting here working so hard to get the address. You live in Colorado, bro. I got that much. You're really close by. You said I was 5 hours away. You're going to drive 5 hours to get fucking your ass beat? If you make me do the work, you won't like it. Dude, you're a fucking Nazi. You're a terrorist, okay? You are the work. You're a fucking piece of work. You know, I'm screenshotting your thing. I'll be sending it to the authorities in your town. No, I won't. I mean, the Nazi hunters will be after you soon enough. Don't worry. Are you a cultist? Somebody was laughing at something Jonathan said, but I didn't. Oh, how much do you collect in disability made this person laugh. Cubixie laughed at the question, how much do you collect in disability? That they thought that was funny. Gabriel Amos said, Amen. Thank you, Gabriel Amos. Winterwolf said, everyone report this dumbass. Dude, that reminds me. Usually you Nazis are talking about report, report, report. Usually there's a Nazi in here just screaming report every single comment between every other comment. You're the first one to get around to trying to report the live, like you book-burning Nazi fuck. Corey Romnell says, bro is talking circles. I'm talking to Nazis. What's the point? I mean, we could go further. We could say, hey, we need to stop Trump trying to start a civil war in America. We need to stop Putin trying to start World War III. That's where I started this live. But don't get anybody who can understand that shit because you're all fucking Nazis. Looking for anybody who can understand them. Oh, Alan Roberts is cheering on Embers. Go get him. Ember says, help me out, and I fucking will. Help you out what? No, we actually do want to know your address. Yeah, release the Epstein files. Thank you, Scott Robson. Release the Epstein files. We got an American in chat. Y'all better look out. Jonathan Oren says Hitler had those same photos on his wall. Again, projecting, because you guys are Nazis. You might be too stupid to realize you're Nazis because you're that fucking stupid, even though people have been telling you for goddamn years you're fucking Nazis. But you guys are Nazis. You're just really fucking stupid. And you're pedophiles. And you know you're pedophiles. You know you support Trump and he's a pedophile. That makes you a pedophile. Cubixie says the rest call people everything in the book. Nope, just Nazis and pedophiles. You're traitors and you're terrorists. Yeah, because that all goes with there's subsets of being Nazis and pedophiles. Trump and Putin and Nick Fuentes side of your terrorist network just killed Charlie Kirk from the Charlie Kirk, Trump and Putin branch of your terrorist network. Jim K says, no, I've lost some to making money, something you don't have because you don't even have a job. Ember says, newsflash, bro. Ember says, I am a Nazi hunter. Okay, then I think you can just go into your bathroom and you'll see your next quarry. Winterwolf says, Ember's more than likely near the west side of Colorado because one of my buddies lives on the east side of that state. What the fuck? What the flying fuck? You're guessing that I live on the west side of Colorado because one of your buddies lives on the east side of Colorado and we couldn't possibly live on the same side of Colorado because... What the fuck? What kind of math are you Nazis doing? I didn't say meth. I said math. But fuck! Stop doing the math too. Are you double dipping on those disability checks? He's trying to go all Doge up in here. Corey Rosnell says, why is bro calling everyone a Nazi? I'm just calling the Nazis Nazis. No, people who aren't Nazis are certainly welcome here. But the Nazis get called Nazis. How's that windshield gonna taste? Says Jim K. Lost. Ember says because he's delusional. So Jim K. Lost is like threatening to, I don't know, cut brake lines or something. I don't know what they're trying to do. Message is hidden for review. Diverse music. You're a pussy. Spelled without the apostrophe R-E. Oh no, there's too many chats to read again. Bunch of fucking Nazis said way too much shit. Oh well. Oh well. He didn't say no. It's confirmed. He's in West Colorado. He doxed himself, guys. Embers is fucking busting a nut. Oh, Euless is a pedo. That Nazi pedophile's been in here before. Oh well, I guess I'll shut it off. Because it's just Nazis. Maybe I should block all of you guys before I shut it off. Thank you, Booty Bandit. Trump doesn't want the Epstein files out because he's on it. Oh, Jim K. Law says this, okay? This isn't me, but it's hilarious that he says this because he's trying to rile Nazis up against me. Oh, shoot. I just remembered this is the same guy, by the way, that laughed about how much blood came out of Charlie Kirk's neck. I think JD delayed the video on it. I think JD delayed a video on it. What? I never even seen that video. Why would I have laughed about how much blood came out of his neck? I mean, that's funny that he had blood in his body because he seems like a soulless, bloodless Nazi, you know. Soul to Reaper says, why are you just throwing insults and which side praises welfare in single-parent households? You guys praise Nazis and pedophiles. I'm sorry. Welfare in single-parent households is way better than Nazis and pedophiles. Booty Bandit says, I'm glad y'all found this idiot, though. I'm Booty Bandit. He is slow reader and certified yapper. What a silly bugger, said Free World from Islam. This guy's no clue what the word Nazi means. I know you guys are Nazis and you're too stupid to know it. That's about all it is. Yeah, I'm reading comments from about an hour ago because you guys are writing too many stupid damn comments. Anyway. Just stop writing comments. They're going to be read by the Nazi hunters in the future who go through the chat of this live stream, but by no one else. Oh, wait, Jim K. Law says, actually, I'm not homophobic. My best friend is bi. So you're just judging someone who doesn't care about... Oh, having a best friend that's bi could get you blamed for the Charlie Kirk shooting, you know. Just so you know, having a best friend or a roommate that's bi... He doesn't. I'm just joking. Tyler Robinson doesn't have a trans or gay roommate. He doesn't. That's just a lie that you Nazis say because you're stupid liars. Anyway, I'll come back. I got to shut down the live. But I'll come back after I take a break. Sorry you guys are such Nazis. Stop being such Nazis. It's terrible. Clifton, meth capital of Colorado. Found them, boys. In Clifton. Because it's the meth capital, I must be the mayor of Meth Town. You guys have really funny fantasies, but your fantasies are yours. Just so you know. It's the same guy, actually. No, it's not the same guy. Throwing insults. I'm aptly applying insults like name tags I'm handing out to the Nazi pedophiles in comments. Anyway, gone too long on this live. I told you guys to stop commenting. Oh, I gave a definition of a Nazi, Kyle. You're a Nazi. I mean, you're too stupid to know it, or you do know it, and you're too ashamed of what you are to admit it in public. One of you admitted it in public. One of you guys said he was a Nazi and a pedophile. And he's on the same team as the rest of you, so if you figured it out, you're on the team with the Nazis and pedophiles. You're the Nazi and a pedophile. What a fucking retard. This is not a definition. Winterwolf. You guys are the definition. Go look in the mirror. That's a Nazi, okay? That's all there is to it. I'm not a Nazi. I can easily say it. I'm not a Nazi. Hey, everybody in chat, I'm going to stay live for just a minute longer so you can type, I am not a Nazi in chat. There's 12 of you in here. There's 12 of you still left in here. I've seen your other chats. Type, I am not a Nazi. Do it. Type, I'm not a Nazi. You can't do it. Type, I'm not a Klansman. Type, I'm not a Klansman. I know you can't type, I'm not MAGA, which means the same thing. You can't type, I'm not MAGA. You can't type, I'm not a Trump-Hooteneer. You can't type, oh, I'm not a Nazi. Whoa. Well, Mr. Tortolek, I know you're not a Nazi. Wow, they actually did it. I'm not a Klansman. Well, you're lying. I'm not MAGA? Oh, Embers. Oh, you're really trying to sound like someone people should listen to. Kyle is also not MAGA. I am not a Nazi. I am a Republican. Are you sure about that? Okay, Trapolium says, I'm a super Nazi. Okay, because don't you guys remembering you were all agreeing with Trapolium earlier? He's a super Nazi. He's a Groiper. Are you a Groiper, Trapolium? Oh, no. Yeah, Trapolium says, I'm not a Nazi. I'm a super Nazi. Which, are the rest of you about to say I'm a super Nazi too? You see how that works? Everyone else here is, though. Yeah, Battle for Truth. Thank you. Come back when I come back. Oh, I'm a British citizen. Didn't you just have 150,000 Nazis marching for an Elon Musk Roman salute rally? Didn't you guys just have that in Britain? That doesn't make you not a Nazi. What did we save your shithole country for anyway? What did we save your shithole country from the Nazis for? Oh, Trump believes says, I'm an Ashkenazi. You're a Zionazi. I get it. You're a not Zionist. You're a Nazianist. You're a not Zionist. You know, if you add onist on the end of Nazi, you get not Zionist. Anyway, thanks for talking with me. I'll come back in a minute. We can talk again. But please stop being a Nazi before you come back. Thank you.